Hello my friends, Dr. Mandell here. We all know how powerful blueberries are. They're often called a superfood, and rightfully so. These little berries are packed with antioxidants, vitamins, and anti-inflammatory compounds that can help protect your heart, brain, and even fight aging. But what if I told you that eating blueberries the wrong way, mixed with the wrong foods, can actually do more harm than good? Today I want to share something with you that might just change the way you think about your morning smoothie, your snack routine, or even your daily health habits. You see, we often hear about how incredible blueberries are, and yes, they truly are one of the most powerful superfoods you can eat. They're small, but don't let that fool you. They're mighty. Packed with antioxidants, flavonoids, fiber, and vital nutrients, blueberries are designed by nature to heal, protect, and support your body from the inside out. But I'm going to tell you something most people don't know, something that you won't hear often, and that's this: eating blueberries with the wrong foods can actually prevent your body from receiving the benefits they're supposed to deliver. And one of the worst offenders, dairy, especially milk and yogurt. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, Dr. Mandell, I put blueberries in my Greek yogurt every morning, or maybe you're blending them into a protein shake with milk. And I'm not here to judge or make you feel bad. I'm here to educate and empower you with knowledge. Because when you understand how food works inside your body, how nutrients are absorbed, how enzymes break things down, how your gut and brain communicate, you begin to make smarter choices that promote long-term health and healing. Let's talk science for a second. In simple terms, blueberries contain something called anthocyanins. These are powerful antioxidant compounds that give blueberries their rich blue-purple color. These anthocyanins help fight oxidative stress, protect your cells, reduce inflammation, and support brain health. In fact, they're known to improve memory, reduce the risk of Alzheimer's, and even help regulate blood sugar. Now here's where the problem starts. When you combine these antioxidant-rich blueberries with dairy, particularly casein, which is the primary protein in milk, a chemical reaction takes place in your digestive tract. The casein binds to those precious antioxidants and literally makes them less bioavailable. What does that mean? It means your body can't absorb them efficiently. It's like trying to get sunlight through a thick curtain. The light is there, but your body can't receive it. So what you're doing without even realizing it is this: you're eating something extremely healthy, but blocking its healing effects with something that looks harmless. Dairy might look innocent in that creamy yogurt or glass of milk, but it's not always your friend, especially when paired with superfoods like blueberries. Let me give you an example. Let's say you spend extra money buying organic wild blueberries. You freeze them, you sprinkle them over your vanilla yogurt. You feel good about this, it's delicious. You're thinking you're doing your body a favor. And on the surface, it looks like a nutritious choice. But inside your gut, something very different is happening. The antioxidants are getting tangled up with the milk proteins. Your intestinal lining doesn't get to absorb those powerful plant compounds. And what should have been a healing, nourishing moment turns into a missed opportunity. And for those of you with lactose sensitivity or dairy intolerance, this combination can actually make things worse. You might start to experience bloating, gas, sluggishness, or even skin breakouts without realizing that your so-called healthy snack is at the root of the problem. It doesn't end there. Many people also experience chronic low-grade inflammation from dairy, even if they don't feel it right away. This inflammation can affect your joints, your mood, your energy levels, your sleep, and your digestive health. Pair that with the missed absorption of antioxidants, and you're looking at a habit that is quietly working against your body, not with it. Now I want to be clear, this isn't about demonizing dairy entirely. For some people, in moderation, certain dairy products may not cause problems. But when it comes to pairing it with blueberries or any antioxidant-rich fruit, you're putting a wall between your body and the healing it desperately needs. So what should you do instead? This is where simple changes can lead to dramatic results. Instead of milk or cow's yogurt, reach for plant-based alternatives. Use unsweetened almond milk, coconut milk, or cashew yogurt. These are much gentler on your digestive system and won't interfere with antioxidant absorption. Even oat milk is a better alternative. Just make sure it doesn't have added sugars or artificial flavors. These small swaps can make a world of difference. If you love your smoothies, fantastic. Keep adding blueberries. Just be smart with the base. Use water, coconut water, or nut milks as your liquid. Throw in a banana, some spinach, a tablespoon of flaxseed or chia seeds, and maybe a scoop of plant-based protein. Now you've got something powerful, a healing anti-inflammatory blend that energizes your cells and supports your health at every level. The bottom line is this: don't let the wrong combination of foods steal your nutrients. Blueberries are one of nature's most precious gifts. Don't dilute their power by mixing them with something that blocks their benefits. And I'll tell you something else, my friends. Health is all about these small daily decisions. It's not about being perfect. It's about being mindful. It's about understanding how foods work together or against each other and using that knowledge to support your goals. Remember, every bite you take is either fighting disease or feeding it. There is no neutral. So next time you go to enjoy those blueberries, whether it's just as breakfast, a smoothie, a snack, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I combining this with something that builds me up or something that tears me down? Because you deserve to feel good. You deserve to have a sharp mind, strong joints, smooth digestion, and vibrant energy, no matter your age. You don't need pills or complicated diets. You need education, awareness, and a few smart changes that compound over time. So ditch the dairy with your blueberries. Let those antioxidants do their job. Let your cells soak up every last drop of healing, and watch how your body thanks you in your energy, your focus, your sleep, and your overall well-being. Let's talk about something that seems innocent, something that many of us have been taught to enjoy, to crave, and to associate with comfort, celebration, and even love. And that's sugar, especially when combined with healthy foods like blueberries. You see, we've been told for years that fruits like blueberries are great for us, and that's absolutely true. Blueberries are packed with antioxidants, vitamins, fiber, and plant compounds that can fight disease, lower inflammation, and protect our brain, heart, and immune system. But here's where most people go wrong. They mix these healing berries with refined sugar, often without even realizing the damage that's being done. Now I want you to stay with me here, because this is something I wish everyone knew. You could be doing something right eating blueberries and still missing out on their benefits if you're not paying attention to what you're combining them with. That's why today I want to speak to you from the heart, because too many people are trying to live better, eat better, and do better, but they're unknowingly sabotaging their progress. And one of the biggest culprits is sugar. Let's just break this down. Imagine you start your day with a blueberry muffin. Maybe you grab it from the bakery. Maybe you make it at home and feel proud because it has real fruit in it. You may even say it's healthy, it has blueberries. But here's what's happening inside your body. Those blueberries contain powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins, which are known to fight free radicals, reduce inflammation, support brain health, and even protect your heart and blood vessels. But then you add refined white sugar into the mix. That sugar quickly breaks down into glucose and floods your bloodstream, spiking your insulin levels and triggering a cascade of inflammation. And guess what happens to those precious antioxidants you were hoping to benefit from? They get overwhelmed. Your body gets so busy trying to process and clean up the sugar mess that it can't fully absorb and utilize the healing compounds in the blueberries. Think about that for a moment. You're putting in the right foods, but mixing them with the wrong ones. And as a result, the nutrients are being blocked, neutralized, or simply flushed out. It's like pouring clean water into a dirty glass. The water's good, but the glass still ends up dirty. Refined sugar, especially the white processed kind, is pro-inflammatory. It damages the cells lining your gut. It stresses your pancreas. It fuels unhealthy bacteria in your microbiome. It even causes your immune system to overreact. And when that sugar is eaten with blueberries, whether in pancakes, pies, smoothies with sweetened yogurt, breakfast bars, or juices, those antioxidant benefits can be canceled out. You might think, Dr. Mandell, it's just a little sugar, but here's the truth. It's not about quantity. It's about timing and combination. When sugar enters your body with healing plant compounds like those found in blueberries, it disrupts the delivery system. It turns a potentially healing meal into one that spikes your blood sugar, raises cortisol, and adds to your body's inflammatory load. Let me tell you, inflammation is the root of almost every chronic disease we see today. Arthritis, diabetes, heart disease, dementia, depression. All of these conditions are worsened by inflammation. So when you think about how you eat blueberries, I want you to ask yourself, am I helping my body fight inflammation, or am I unknowingly feeding it? And here's something even more alarming. Sugar feeds bad bacteria and yeast in your gut. So while blueberries are trying to feed your good bacteria and promote a healthy microbiome, sugar is doing the exact opposite. It's fueling the organisms that cause bloating, fatigue, brain fog, and immune dysfunction. It's like sending mixed messages to your body, and your gut is the first to suffer. But my friends, here's the good news. You don't have to give up sweetness. You just have to make better choices. Your taste buds can adjust, your body can heal, and you can still enjoy blueberries in a delicious, satisfying way without sabotaging the benefits. Instead of refined white sugar, try adding a few slices of banana to your bowl. Use a drizzle of raw honey or pure maple syrup in moderation. Add cinnamon, which helps stabilize blood sugar. Blend blueberries with almond milk and a few soaked dates instead of sweetened yogurt. These natural sources of sweetness come with fiber, minerals, and enzymes that your body knows how to process, and that won't disrupt the healing properties of the blueberries. I always say food is either fighting disease or feeding it. There is no neutral. And this is one of those places where the smallest change can make a massive difference. Simply eliminating sugar when you eat blueberries could help your body absorb more antioxidants, reduce inflammation, and heal your gut more effectively. Now let me speak to those of you who are over 50, over 60, over 70. Your metabolism has changed, your digestion has slowed, your cells are more vulnerable to oxidative stress. You can't afford to waste nutrients. You need every ounce of healing you can get from your food. That's why the details matter. That's why this seemingly small advice could be the turning point in your health journey. You might be trying to reverse diabetes, lose stubborn weight, clear your brain fog, or simply have more energy in your day. And the answer isn't another medication. The answer is often in your kitchen, in your habits, your choices, your combinations. So next time you eat blueberries, eat them clean, let their natural flavors shine, respect what they bring to the table, let them do their job to heal you. Don't drown them in syrup or bake them in sugary pastries. Enjoy them in a bowl on top of oats with seeds and nuts, in a smoothie with spinach and avocado, real healing, life-giving combinations. Your body is smart. It knows what to do when you feed it the right way, but it can't do its job when it's overloaded with processed sugars and artificial ingredients. This isn't about being perfect. This is about progress, awareness, intention. This is about loving your body enough to say, I'm still going to make this one small change, and I'm still going to do it consistently. I want you to be healthy. I want you to thrive. I want you to wake up with energy, with purpose, with clarity of mind and joy in your heart. And that starts with understanding that not all food combinations are good combinations. Blueberries are a gift. Let them give you their full power. Eat them wisely. Eat them clean. And most of all, eat them with the belief that you deserve to feel your best every single day. Today I want to talk to you about something most people have never heard. Something so overlooked, yet so important, especially if you're over the age of 50 or 60 and trying to take care of your body the right way. This one piece of information could make all the difference in how well your body absorbs nutrients and fights fatigue, weakness, and even chronic illness. Now, we all know blueberries are a powerhouse of nutrition. They're loaded with antioxidants, fiber, vitamin C, vitamin K, and polyphenols. They fight inflammation, improve circulation, protect your brain, and even help slow the aging process. But here's what many people don't realize. What you eat with your blueberries can determine how effective they are inside your body. And one of the worst combinations you can make, something that could be silently sabotaging your health, is eating blueberries alongside iron-rich foods or taking iron supplements at the same time. Now I want to explain why this matters, Because this is not just about food. This is about your cells, your blood, your energy, your organs, and your life. And I know some of you are working hard, trying to eat right, move more, take your vitamins, and yet you're still feeling tired, weak, maybe even lightheaded or breathless. It could be anemia. It could be poor iron absorption. But more than that, it could be the way you're combining your foods. Let me explain. Blueberries, while incredibly healing, are also high in polyphenols and tannins. These compounds are fantastic at reducing inflammation, fighting off oxidative stress, and supporting healthy cells. But they also have one unique property. They bind to iron in the digestive tract, especially a form of iron called non-heme iron, which is found in plant-based sources and supplements. When these polyphenols and tannins bind with iron, they form complexes that your body can't absorb. They pass right through you and are eliminated. So if you're eating a steak, a spinach salad, or taking an iron pill with a glass of blueberry juice, or even just snacking on blueberries right after your meal, you're likely blocking a significant portion of that iron from getting into your bloodstream. Now, why does that matter? Iron is essential for life. It helps your red blood cells carry oxygen throughout your body. Without enough iron, your cells literally suffocate. You feel tired, weak, mentally foggy, your heart beats faster, your muscles fatigue quicker, and the scary part, this doesn't just affect your energy. Long-term iron deficiency can damage your organs, impair your immune system, and lead to serious complications, especially for older adults, women, and people recovering from illness or surgery. And here's the kicker. Many people who are already iron deficient are the ones reaching for healthy habits like blueberries. They're making smoothies. They're eating antioxidant-rich foods. They're trying to heal, but they don't realize that taking that iron supplement with their blueberry bowl in the morning is doing more harm than good. So what's the solution? It's simple but powerful. Timing. Don't eat blueberries or drink blueberry juice within 1-2 hours before or after consuming iron-rich foods or supplements. Give your body the chance to absorb the iron fully, then later in the day, enjoy your blueberries and let those antioxidants go to work. Let me give you a real-life example. I had a patient, a woman in her mid-60s. She was fatigued all the time, taking iron supplements faithfully for months, but her levels weren't improving. We reviewed her routine. Every morning she blended a smoothie, spinach, blueberries, protein powder, and her iron supplement. She thought she was doing everything right, but it turned out those blueberries were blocking the very iron she was trying so hard to absorb. All we did was change the timing, iron first thing in the morning with water blueberries in the afternoon as a snack. Within a few weeks, her iron levels started improving, her energy picked up, her focus returned, all because we respected the power of food interaction. Food is not just fuel, food is chemistry, food is communication. Every bite you take sends messages to your cells, to your hormones, to your immune system. When you eat blueberries, you're sending a message of healing, but if that message is paired with another message like don't absorb this iron, your body gets confused. I want you to think of your food like a symphony. Each ingredient is an instrument. When they're played in harmony, the sound is beautiful, it heals, energizes, and uplifts. But when you throw in one wrong note, the entire piece becomes distorted. That's what food combinations can do. One mistake, one wrong timing, and the healing potential is blocked. This is especially important for older adults. As we age, our stomach acid decreases, our enzyme production slows down, and our ability to absorb nutrients weakens. That means you can't afford to lose precious nutrients due to poor combinations. You need every bit of iron to support your bones, brain, and heart. You need those blueberries to fight off aging and inflammation, but you need them at the right time. Let your iron absorb first, let your blueberries shine later. There's also another group of people who need to pay attention here, vegetarians and vegans, because non-heme iron, the kind found in plants like beans, lentils, and greens, is already less absorbable than heme iron from animal sources. And when you pair that non-heme iron with blueberries, the absorption goes down even further. So if you're someone who doesn't eat meat and you rely on plant-based iron sources, this tip is critical for you. Don't let blueberries or any other high polyphenol fruit interfere. Eat your lentils, then wait, then enjoy your berries. This isn't about fear, it's about wisdom. It's about understanding your body and how to feed it the way it wants to be fed. Your body is not trying to punish you. It's trying to heal you. It just needs you to work with it, not against it. So the next time you plan your meals, think in terms of nutrient synergy, not just nutrient quantity. Think about what helps each nutrient work best. And remember, blueberries and iron don't get along, not at the same time. But when you space them out, they both get to do their job. Iron builds your blood. Blueberries fight inflammation together, but not simultaneously. They support a strong, healthy, energized you. There's something I want you to truly understand today, something powerful, something that could change the way you feel each and every day, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, even spiritually, because the truth is, what we eat doesn't just feed our bodies, it feeds our minds. It feeds our moods. It feeds our energy, our focus, and even our happiness. And if you're over 50, over 60, or maybe in your 70s or 80s, this becomes even more critical because as we age, the body naturally begins to slow down in certain ways. We don't digest as well. We don't absorb as efficiently. Our cells don't repair themselves as quickly. So we have to be intentional with every bite, every choice, and every combination we make. Now let's talk about blueberries. Blueberries are one of the best foods you can put into your body. They're loaded with antioxidants, polyphenols, vitamins, minerals, and fiber. They protect your heart, your brain, your vision, your immune system. They help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, the two root causes of nearly every disease we know today. They support cognitive function, improve memory, and help regulate blood sugar. But even with all their benefits, there's a secret to unlocking their full power. And that secret is not just about what you eat. It's about when you eat. It's about how you combine them. It's about giving your body the time and space to properly absorb and use the nutrients in those blueberries. Because even the healthiest food in the world won't help you if your body isn't ready to receive it. This is what we call the gut-brain connection. Your gut and your brain are in constant communication. That connection is like a two-way radio system. When your gut is happy, when it's balanced, nourished, and free from inflammation, your brain functions better. You think more clearly. You feel more stable emotionally. You have better memory, sharper focus, deeper sleep, and a calmer nervous system. But when the gut is inflamed, overloaded, or disrupted, it sends distress signals to the brain, and that can show up as brain fog, anxiety, depression, mood swings, and poor sleep. Now let's bring blueberries back into the conversation. Blueberries are incredible for your gut and brain, but only when you give them the proper environment to do their job. And that's why I always tell people, don't just focus on what you eat. Focus on how and when you eat it. Because even a superfood like blueberries can be underutilized by the body if your digestion is compromised, if it's crowded out by other heavy foods, or if it's being eaten alongside things that interfere with absorption. When you give blueberries their space, when you eat them clean on an empty stomach or between meals, your body can fully absorb the antioxidants and your gut can process them without distraction. That's when the real healing happens. That's when you feel that energy coming back, that mental clarity returning, that sense of wellness washing over you. I've worked with so many people over the years who struggled with energy, mood, memory, and even chronic illness. And when we looked closely, we found that their gut was overwhelmed. Too many combinations, too much sugar, too many processed foods, no time for the body to rest and absorb. And even though they were eating fruit, taking supplements, drinking juices, nothing seemed to help. But the moment we changed their food timing, the moment they began eating antioxidant-rich foods like blueberries between meals instead of with heavy or interfering foods, things began to shift. Their digestion improved, their sleep improved, their mental sharpness came back. That is the power of nutrient timing. That is the power of the gut-brain connection. You see, the gut isn't just where you digest food, it's where you create neurotransmitters, things like serotonin and dopamine, which regulate your mood. It's where you absorb B vitamins that support brain function. It's where you fight off harmful bacteria, viruses, and toxins. Your gut is like your second brain. Some would even say it's your first brain because so much of what we feel and experience starts there. And when you flood your gut with sugar, processed food, dairy, or poorly timed combinations, you create confusion and inflammation. But when you feed it simply, wisely, and strategically with clean, powerful foods like blueberries given space to work, you start to experience a clarity you haven't felt in years. Now let's say you're someone who eats blueberries in the morning, great, but if you're combining them with sugary cereals, milk, pancakes, or processed protein bars, you're blocking their power. Instead, try having blueberries by themselves when you wake up, or pair them with fiber-rich foods like chia seeds or a tablespoon of flax and water. Let the gut focus, let it absorb, let it heal. And for those of you who suffer from brain fog, forgetfulness, irritability, or mood dips during the day, this is especially for you. The problem might not be in your head, the problem might be in your gut, and blueberries can help you fix it if you let them work the way nature intended. The secret is in the simplicity. Blueberries don't need help from sugary toppings, dairy, or fancy processing. In fact, the more natural they are, the more powerful they become. Just a handful of fresh or frozen blueberries eaten mid-morning or mid-afternoon can deliver a wave of antioxidants directly to your bloodstream. They can lower inflammation, improve your microbiome, feed your brain, and protect your memory. But it takes awareness, it takes intention, it takes slowing down and asking, how can I give my body what it needs in the way it needs it? Because here's the truth, my friends, your body wants to heal. It was designed to heal, but healing only happens when we get out of the way, when we stop overwhelming it, when we stop mixing too many foods at once, when we stop eating just to fill space and start eating with purpose. I want you to know something, healing is possible. Vitality is possible. Feeling better, thinking better, sleeping better. It's all possible. But it begins with the little things. Choosing blueberries, choosing the right time, letting the gut rest, letting the brain recover, letting your body catch up with your efforts. So next time you reach for those blueberries, do it with awareness. Eat them clean, eat them between meals, let them connect with your gut, let them nourish your brain, let them support your mind, your mood, and your memory. Your health is your greatest gift, and the way you eat is the most direct way to protect that gift. You don't need magic pills or miracle diets. You need wisdom, you need timing, and you need the discipline to follow through. Your body is listening, your brain is responding, and your gut is doing the best it can with what you give it. So feed it wisely, feed it gently, and trust that your body will reward you in ways you can't even imagine. Let me tell you something that can completely shift your health in the right direction, something simple, something often overlooked, something that can turn a good food into a healing food, and that is how you eat your blueberries. Blueberries, as we've talked about, are one of the most powerful superfoods on the planet. They are rich in antioxidants, especially anthocyanins that fight inflammation and oxidative stress, the very forces that age us, break down our joints, cloud our thinking, and damage our cells. They are nature's medicine packed into a small, sweet, beautiful little berry. But here's what I really want you to understand today. If you want the full benefits of blueberries, you have to eat them the right way. Yes, even something as healthy as blueberries can lose their power if they're eaten with the wrong foods or at the wrong time. But when you eat them properly with the right combinations, or better yet by themselves, you allow their natural compounds to do what nature intended, heal your body, strengthen your immune system, support your brain, and protect your heart. The biggest mistake I see people make is thinking that just because a food is healthy, they can mix it with anything and still get all the benefits. But food doesn't work like that. Food is chemistry, it's biology. Your body is constantly reacting to what you put inside it. Nutrients can either support each other or block each other. They can be enhanced or neutralized. So when you eat a healing food like blueberries, you have to respect the way it's digested and absorbed. So let's talk about how to eat blueberries the right way. First, blueberries are best eaten on an empty stomach, or at least away from heavy meals. Why? Because they digest quickly. When you eat them after or with foods that take longer to digest, like meats, dairy, or processed carbs, those berries sit in the gut and start to ferment. That causes gas, bloating, and slows down the absorption of the very nutrients you want. I always tell people fruit is designed to go through your system quickly. It's like a clean fuel. And when you block that process by piling it on top of a heavy breakfast or lunch, you're stopping the healing before it even begins. So the best way to eat blueberries, first thing in the morning, before anything else, let them go in clean, let them flush your system, let them feed your cells without interference. Or have them as a mid-morning snack, maybe a handful between breakfast and lunch when your stomach isn't full, or as an afternoon pick-me-up when your body needs that extra antioxidant boost without the crash that comes from sugar or caffeine. Now let's talk about what to pair blueberries with, because this makes a huge difference. The best foods to combine with blueberries are fiber-rich, plant-based, and anti-inflammatory. That means things like chia seeds, flax seeds, oats, or leafy greens in a smoothie. These combinations not only support digestion, but help your body slow down the sugar from the blueberries and absorb all the vitamins and antioxidants more efficiently. If you're making a smoothie, skip the sweetened yogurt and milk. Instead, use unsweetened almond milk, coconut water, or just water. Keep it simple. Add spinach, a few walnuts, maybe a teaspoon of chia. That's a smoothie that heals. That's a smoothie that works with your body, not against it. Now listen, I'm not saying you can't ever enjoy blueberry pancakes or muffins, but if you're trying to use blueberries to fight inflammation, to help with brain fog, to boost your immune system, then you've got to treat them like medicine. And just like you wouldn't take medicine with something that cancels it out, you don't want to mix blueberries with processed sugar, dairy, or iron-rich meals and expect the same healing results. Your body knows what to do with real food. It knows how to take the compounds from blueberries and use them to protect your cells, improve blood flow to your brain, and support your cardiovascular system, but only if you give it the space to do that. One thing I've seen again and again in my patients is that when they begin to eat blueberries properly, alone or with the right foods, something changes. They start to feel lighter, their digestion improves, their skin clears, their mind becomes sharper, they sleep better. That's not a coincidence. That's the body doing what it was designed to do, heal and restore. You see, food doesn't just feed hunger, food feeds systems. Your digestive system, your immune system, your nervous system, every system in your body is depending on the quality and timing of what you put in your mouth. And here's the beautiful part. When you start eating foods like blueberries with intention, when you slow down and make space for them, your body begins to respond quickly, your energy shifts, your mood lifts, your inflammation goes down, your mind clears, and you realize that you are in control of so much more than you think. Now I want to remind you, this doesn't mean you need to eat perfectly. Life is about balance. But if you're going to eat healing foods, honor them, eat them wisely. Don't bury them under processed junk and expect magic. Give them the platform they deserve. Let them shine. Let them go in clean, be absorbed fully, and work their magic on your body. And here's one more tip. If you're struggling with cravings, blood sugar spikes, or fatigue, try eating blueberries with a handful of raw nuts like walnuts or almonds. The healthy fats slow down digestion, reduce blood sugar swings, and support your brain even more. It's a powerful snack. It's simple and it works. So if you're asking yourself, how can I use food to fight aging? How can I stay sharp, energetic, and strong into my 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond? Start here. Start with how you eat your blueberries. Start with what you pair them with. Start with the timing. These little details add up, and they make a massive difference. Your body is capable of healing, it's capable of rebuilding, but it needs your cooperation, it needs consistency, it needs awareness, and it needs real healing foods like blueberries given at the right time in the right way. So tomorrow morning, wake up and eat a handful of blueberries, just blueberries, feel the difference, do that for a week, then try it again with chia or flax or a little almond butter. Keep it simple, keep it clean, and keep paying attention to how your body responds. You'll start to feel more alive, more focused, more balanced, and more you.